Jubilation 25 is an old gem to a lot of niche enthusiasts out there. It used to get a lot more talk, but lately it's been overshadowed by new offerings and other fragrances. But is it still good? That's what we're going to be answering today. Hey everyone, I'm Timmy and this is Jubilation 25 by Amouage. Now before I begin this video is sponsored by Max Aroma. They sent me this bottle to review, but all opinions are always my own. To be honest, Jubilation 25 was not a fragrance that I was super excited about when I began the journey of collecting fragrances. I always thought it was a bit too daring for like mainstream notes, and the people around me didn't really like it too much. But as time goes on, as I grow more as a fragrance enthusiast, I start to appreciate more of the art piece fragrances, and this is definitely one of them. If you learn to appreciate fragrances as art, and you smell this thing, you realize how complex it is. The DNA of this is super unique, I'd sort of to say. Like, it's hard to describe. There's a bunch of notes. If you look on Fragrantica, there's like lists and lists and lists of notes. But the main note I smell in this is the juniper berry, which gives us this like fruity sweetness berry kind of vibe. The resins, the spices, which gives us this warm, like very warm, slightly spicy, resinous kind of vibe. Really enjoying it. And the best of all, the honey. The honey gives us a syrupy sweetness, like, and also a thick and richness in the texture of the fragrance as well. It smells so good. Of course, there's a lot of other notes, but those notes just kind of serve to enhance the notes that I mentioned above. In terms of development and dry down though, this fragrance stays pretty linear on my skin. The only thing that changes over time is that the berry, the juniper berry fades first, followed by the other notes and so on and so forth until it's just very faded towards the end. But it stays pretty linear. I don't detect a lot of new notes that pops up, which is good. Like, I like linear scents. Now, what do I think of this fragrance personally? Well, I really do like the artisticness of this fragrance. The sweetness from the berry is just enough. It's not an overwhelming sweetness, and the resins, the spices and honey just together create such a wonderful, very regal vibe, and I really love that about this fragrance. Every time I smell it, it's like, wow, it smells like royalty. It really does smell like royalty. However, when it comes to real life wearing, this is not a scent that I can see myself grabbing too much, because it does have a special occasion type of feeling, and it's not the most, it's not the most safest thing to wear. Like, it's a bit more daring. Not a lot of people will like this one, and that alone like makes it not really that versatile. So I guess like my overall personal feeling for this fragrance is like, it's a mix. Like, I like it a lot, but I also can't really wear it too often, which is sad because the scent is so good. Moving on to the compliment factor of this fragrance, I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. This is not a good compliment getter. Not a lot of people like this. Throughout my testing, I've got more negative than positive. I mean, my girlfriend said she really didn't care about this one. It wasn't too good. Some of my friends said it just smells weird. I think it's just the DNA of this fragrance. It's not a mass appealing DNA, and to the mass, like to the public, the uber niche DNA of this fragrance is just too unfamiliar to them. But you guys all know that most of the niche kind of falls into this category. This is not the only niche fragrance that's like that. Niche is sometimes more about the art of the fragrances and not about getting compliments, or it's not about the mass appeal. This is definitely one of those niche fragrances that fits that bill. It's sad, but it's the truth. I'm not gonna tell you guys it gets compliments when it doesn't. But sadly, not a great compliment monster. On to the pros and cons. And pro number one, it is unique. Now, when you wear this fragrance, you would never find anyone, I promise you 1000%, you would not find anyone who also wears this and walking right next to you or walking past you, unless you hang out with frag heads, of course. If you hang out with frag heads, it's a different story. But the general public, your friends, your co-workers, they're not gonna be wearing this fragrance, which in turn is a very good thing because you smell extremely unique. That's why you bought a niche fragrance, because you want to smell super unique. But on the other hand, you need to be confident to pull this off too. It's not an easy fragrance to really pull off and be super uber confident about, but like it's very unique. If you can pull it off, you definitely leave a very memorable impression. Pro number two. Well, I really only have one pro for this fragrance. Yeah, it's sad. On to the cons. Con number one, the performance. Now, Amouage is a brand that sadly was one of the brands that got affected heavily by reformulations. Now, the reformulation happened about, I think, a couple years ago. The older bottles are non-magnetic cap, which last a lot longer. The new ones, which are the magnetic cap that you can see here, last much less. Like Jubilation 25 on me lasts only 5 to 6 hours, and the projection on this is quite soft. Projects for about an hour and a half, but it's not. It's more personal than anything. It's not a monster. But yeah, it's super sad that reformulation kind of gets to these fragrances. These are such gems. Reflection Man is another one. Oh, I love Reflection Man so much. Doesn't last half as long anymore. Reformulations. Calling number 2 is slightly daring. Like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, from my testing, this is not going to be a fragrance that is too easy to wear. Not a lot of people are going to appreciate it, and that's what you need to know going into it. It's a niche fragrance, which is a niche kind of DNA. Don't expect compliments and don't expect just, you know, any high praises. If you get negative reactions, just know that is normal for this type of DNA. Alright guys, that's all I have to say on this topic. Con number 3 is not versatile. You guys all know niche fragrances are more expensive than designer fragrances. So when you buy a niche fragrance, you spend so much money. Some of us just want something that is more versatile, right? Like something you can wear a lot because you spend so much money on it, you want to wear it. This is not that. This is not that versatile. You're gonna find a hard time like picking this up to wear. It's really not a fragrance that you can wear to the club or on a date or just casually. It's more of a special occasion. It feels more special occasion, like a suit or a nice coat. So if you're buying it, if you're looking for like a versatile fragrances and you want a small collection, this is not one that you should look at. Now on to the big question, will I keep this bottle? Whew, man, this one, the scent is so good, but the answer to that has to be no, I would not be keeping this. Why? Despite the fact that I like the smell, I like the artisticness, it's not really the focus of my collection right now. My focus right now is practicality. Like I need to be able to wear the fragrance that I own and, you know, just overall enjoy it and use it in real life. This is artistic, yes, but I'm never gonna finish 5 ml of it. That's my problem with this. I'm never gonna finish 5 ml of it. When I do wear it, I wear like 3 or 4 sprays, maybe like once every 3 or 4 months, you know? I'm never gonna finish it. It's just not practical to own. It's gonna be collecting dust more than anything. So to me, for my focus in my collection right now, I cannot bring myself to justify keeping this. But for those of you who like the art of fragrances, the art of things, this is one that you guys might want to have in your collection. But for me, it's just not the focus right now. Alright guys, that's it for the review of Jubilation 25 by Amouage. If you've tried this fragrance before, let me know what you think of it. And also I'd like to thank Max Aroma again for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out Jubilation 25 at the best prices online, their links is in the description below, alright? Show them some love, follow them on social media as well. I'll leave those links down there. And with that said guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. And peace out. Bye.